Hello, students. Welcome to the Smart World, the School of Complete Education. Today, we are taking that sixth Stone Age Stone Tools 6.1 Types and Forms of Tools according to the type of task. 6.2 Stone Age Tools 6.1 Types and Forms of Tools according to the type of task. If we saw a shiny object buried in the ground, what would we do to take it out? Perhaps we would scrape it out with our fingers. If that did not work, we might try to dig it out with a twig or stick. If that if that too did not work, we would have to look for a pointed stone that should do the job. But if still if it still doesn't, then we should have to get an iron rod to dig that shining object out. This shows that we need to choose the tool according to the demand of the task. The following factors determine our choice of tools: availability of resources, minimal use of time and energy, maximum efficiency, skill of handling tools, which is acquired through practice. Apps like the chimpanzee also use stones to break seeds and nuts. They use sticks to stir the ants out from the ant hills to catch them. Humans, too, have always been using tools such as bones, stones, dried twigs, and sticks as tools. With continuous and minute observation, experimentation, and their inborn imagination, humans learned that they could sharpen rods, bones, sticks, and stones into tools to carry out their task more efficiently. They also learned that they could give these objects any shape they desired. In the previous lesson, we saw that the stone tools were found with the remains of Homo habilis. We can say that the maid made them because they were found near his remains. But did he make only stone tools? The answer to this question is no, because he made tools from other materials as well. However, of the tools made by the humans thousands of years ago, only the stone tools can be found today. Tools made from bone are rarely found, but since twigs and sticks decompose easily, we do not find any tools made for them. 6.2 Stone Age Tools. Sorry. The period from which mainly stone tools are found is called the Stone Age. The Stone Age is divided into three periods on the basis of the shape and the type of tools found. Stone Age, Old Stone Age or Paleolithic Age. Paleo means old and lithos means stone. Middle Stone Age or Mesolithic Age. Meso means middle. New Stone Age or Neolithic Age. Neo means new. Old Stone Age, Paleolithic Age. Homo habilis and Homo erectus, who belong to the Old Stone Age, both made their tools using the percussion technique. This technique involves beating or striking one large pebble against another to obtain stone flakes. The first tool made in the old Stone Age with this technique were crude. Only one side of those tools had a sharp edge. Such tools are known as choppers. They could only be used for breaking nuts or bones. The tools made by Homo habilis were of this kind. They indicate that Homo habilis had not yet learned to hunt. Flakes of stone would be produced while shaping his tools. He used the flakes for sharpening meat from hide, for chopping meat and other foodstuffs, for sharpening wooden sticks, etc. Tools like the hand axe and cleaver made by the Homo erectus are more proportionate and symmetrical than the choppers made by the Homo habilis. A proportionate and the symmetrical tool has to be mentally visualized first. Only then it is possible to make it. Homo erectus could mentally visualize these tools even before he actually shaped them. To obtain a stone flakes, he used these things like antlers or hammers. He further sharpened the edges of those flakes by sharpening off smaller pieces to make sharpers with very sharp edges. It means that Homo erectus was using a different tools for a different task according to the demand of the task. With his improved tools, Homo erectus could have a greater variety of food because he could know hunt a variety of big and small animals. These included mainly the deer, bison, rabbit, etc. The Neanderthal man made a further progress in tool making techniques. He began to make a smaller tools. Homo sapiens brought about a revolution in the technique of making a tools. He devised a technique of obtaining long and narrow blades of stone. He made various implements like the knife, scraper, borer, chisel, etc. from these long blades. He also began to use ivory and rare stones of the quartz variety for making a tools and other articles. Homo sapiens had made a significant progress in gaining knowledge of his environment and in the techniques of making tools and obtaining food. This enabled him to stay in one place for a longer period of time. Groups of Homo sapiens had begun to build hunts and live in them. They had also started celebrating social festivals. Many artistic objects and cave painting created by the Homo sapiens were possibly meant for this festival. Homo sapiens had started using ornaments to adorn themselves. Beads from the time of Homo sapiens, made of shells, bones, and animal teeth, have been found. Thus, the beginning of human culture go back to the old Stone Age. Remains of tools from the old Stone Age have been found in India at various places, from Kashmir to Tamil Nadu. However, not many human fowls from the old Stone Age have been found in India. Fossils of a human skull and the collarbone of an olden age women were found on the banks of Narmada in the vicinity of Hardnora, a village near Hoshangabad in Madhya Pradesh. Besides that, the fossilized skull of a child from the Stone Age was found at a village near Puducherry. Some remains of old Stone Age humans have also been found in Afghanistan and Sri Lanka. Gangapur near Nashik and Chirki Nivesha near Nivesha are among the well known old Stone Age cities in Maharashtra. Gangapur is on the banks of the Godavari river and the Chirki Nivesha is in the Pravara basin. Middle Stone Age, Mesolithic Age. Homo sapiens in the Middle Stone Age continued to make a progress in many different ways. They domesticated the dog due to changes in the climate and the environment in the Middle Stone Age. The way of life of humans had begun to change. Besides hunting, Homo sapiens had started to harvest food grains that grew in the wild and to domesticate animals. Their diet now included various plants, food. They also began to settle in one place for a part of the year. Domestication of sheep and goats also goes back to this period. Taking all this account, it appears that Homo sapiens now needed several different types of tools that were light in weight and durable for a variety of tasks such as hunting, fishing, harvesting, cutting of trees, etc. He used to make implements like the knife and the sickle by firmly fixing a row of blades as such as fingernails into a groove in a bone or a piece of wood. Many sites of the Middle Stone Age have been found in the India, among them Bagor in Rajasthan, Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh, Laknaj in Gujarat, and Patna in Jalgaon district in in Maharashtra are the well-known ones. In the Middle Stone Age, the stone blades used to make implements were removed from the stone by the fluted core technique. Flute means a long parallel sided depression on the stone, and the core means the original stone from which the blades are removed. After the blades were removed from the stone from all sides, the remaining core had such a flutes on all sides. Blades removed with this technique were or very minute, the size of a nail or slightly bigger. Hence, they are called as microliths. Micro means very small and lithos means stones. In the Middle Stone Age, arrows were made by fixing a microlith at the tip of a stick. New Stone Age, Neolithic Age. In this period, stone tools that were polished to give a smooth, shiny finish were made for the first time. As this was a new type of tool making technique, this period was named the New Stone Age. By the time of New Stone Age, agriculture and domestication of animals or animal husbandry had become a routine way of life. Hunting was no more the major means of obtaining food. It became secondary to agriculture and animal husbandry. There are many sites of New Stone Age culture in India, especially along in the Ganga River and in South India.